friends, welcome to the Emporium of Skills. This is a platform specially designed to help you in mastering a variety of skills. These modules will help you gain a professional excellence by refining the aptitudes within you and also empowering the listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills in the right direction. I'm Alice. In Module 1, I would love to take you on a journey of intonation with my friend Harry and explain to you different concepts on intonation such as rising tone, rising falling, and falling rising. Would you love to come with me?
Hello Alice, I would love to go with you on this wonderful journey. Intonation, that sounds exciting. What is it? Is it the up and down in your speech? The change in the voice? Something related to stress?
Yes, you are absolutely right, Harry. Intonation and stress are closely linked. They go hand in hand. Intonation is about how we say things rather than what we say. The way the voice rises and falls while speaking. In other words, the music of the language. Just as words have stress levels, sentences have regular patterns of stressed words. In addition, the voice tends to rise, fall, or remain flat, depending on the meaning or feeling we want to convey, like surprise, anger, interest, boredom, gratitude, etc.
There are two basic patterns of intonation in English: falling intonation and rising intonation. A downward arrow indicates a fall in intonation, and an upward arrow indicates a rise in intonation. Again, these are not rules but patterns generally used by native speakers of English. Just remember that content words are stressed and intonation adds attitude or emotion.
Oh yes, Harry. To start with falling intonation, the pitch of the voice falls at the end of the sentence. Falling intonation is the most common intonation pattern in English. It is commonly found in statements, commands, WH questions, confirmatory question tags, and exclamations. And here I give you some examples to go with statements. Glad to see you. I'll be back in a minute. The dog has already been fed. We are going to picnic. The teacher is explaining the last chapter. We are proud of you. I love listening to music. It's a beautiful painting. My friend gave me a wonderful gift. So here you can see when the statement ends, the last word, it indicates the down arrow button, like you, minute, fed, picnic, chapter, you, music, painting, gift. Go with commands. Put your bag here. Show me your book. Close the windows. Clean the table. Complete the homework. Fold your uniform. Post these letters. Don't miss the class. In these commands, we can see the last words indicate falling tone, like here, book, windows, table, homework, uniform, letters, class. To start with WH questions, which implies requesting information. In other words, questions beginning with who, what, why, where, when, which, and how. For example, which place do you come from? What languages do you know? Why are you looking tired? Who is standing near the door? When did you come? Where are you going? In these examples, we can clearly see the last words indicates a falling tone, such as from, no, tired, do, come, going.
Yes, Alice. Now let's talk about question tags. Question tags, which are statements requesting confirmation rather than questions. She thinks she's smart, doesn't she? He's such a trouble, isn't he? He's a brilliant student, isn't he? She's an excellent person, isn't she? You go on this bus every day, don't you? You're such a nice person, aren't you? Now some examples of exclamations. How kind of you. That's so beautiful. That's so nice of you. That's so amazing. I'm so glad. It's such a wonderful thing. You're an amazing person.
And to go with rising intonation, the pitch of the voice rises at the end of a sentence with yes no questions, questions that can be answered by yes or no. Did you meet your new friend? Have you brought the books? Question tags that show uncertainty and require an answer, like real questions. We have finished the work, haven't we? You like mangoes, don't you? To go with rise fall intonation, the intonation rises and then falls. We use rise fall intonation for choices, list, unfinished thoughts, and conditional sentences. Choices refers to alternative questions. For example, would you like to have soup or salad? Is she leaving on Monday or Wednesday? List refers to rising, 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 falling. In other words, intonation falls on the last item to show that the list is finished. For example, we have got apples, grapes, oranges, and bananas. The bag comes in white, pink, black, and blue.
Yes, Alice. Now let's talk about conditional sentences. In conditional sentences, the tone rises in the first clause and falls gradually in the second clause. If he comes, ask him to post the letter. Unless he asks, I am not going to give. In the first sentence, if he comes, in comes it rises, ask him to post the letter. In the letter it falls. Unless he asks, when we say he asks, it rises, I am not going to give. In give it falls. Now about unfinished thoughts or partial statements. Here the speaker hesitates to fully express his or her thoughts. An example would be, do you like my new dress? Well, the color is nice, but I don't like it, is what the speaker is trying to say. How was the food? The fish was good, but the rest wasn't great, is what the speaker means.
Fall rise intonation. In fall rise intonation, the voice falls and rises usually within a word. The main function of fall rise intonation is to show that the speaker is not certain of the answer that he is going to give to a question. Let's have some examples. Well, I suppose so. I don't quite remember. Perhaps we could visit the place. Could we copy the list?
Wow, that's really wonderful, Harry. Now I have an interesting story to tell. You'd love to listen to it and also come to know how the different patterns of intonations sound. Here goes the story. The bus ride to college. Characters Andrea and Peter. Every morning, Andrea got up early to get herself ready for college. She would help her mom in preparing breakfast and join her dad in jogging. One day, she was really in a hurry to leave for college because she had overslept. She had no time for breakfast or jogging, but thanks to her caring mom, the breakfast was done and her loving dad dropped her off just in time to catch the college bus. Andrea got into the bus and sat beside her classmate Peter. They were good friends. They were lost in talk. Suddenly, the bus stopped. In the middle of the road, they saw a small pup lying injured.
Peter said, "Oh my goodness, last night there was a big storm and a strong wind and heavy rain too. Oh, poor pup must have suffered a lot. It looks sick and hungry. How rude are the passers-by. No one cares. But we are getting late to college. We should miss the first class."
Andrea said, "How can we leave it here? Doesn't it need food, medicine, and care? How weak and helpless it seems. Let's take it to college and give first aid."
Everyone in the bus felt the same. They lifted the pup with care. The bus started again. Though they were late, the principal was happy for their humanitarian deed. The pup was fed and sent to the vet. A warm applause greeted the students in the assembly. It was a great day indeed. Don't you agree that the use of intonation made the story meaningful, expressive, interesting, good to hear, comprehensive, added flavors, and brought life to the text?
Oh, yes, Harry, you are right. The use of intonation helps convey meaning in many different ways. Changing the pitch in our voice, making it higher or lower, expresses a variety of human emotions. In the story, you can hear a change in the tone when describing the daily routine of Andrea and also during the conversation between Andrea and Peter in their questions, statements, exclamations, sympathy, and agony.
Dear learners, hope you have enjoyed this rewarding and fulfilling journey on Emporium skills on intonation. We'll be back soon with our next module. Stay tuned and be champions of skills.
It was really an awesome journey throughout with the excitement of practicing the module of intonation in the learning of a language skill. Please practice the same pattern in your daily conversations and speech. Your abilities are your strengths. Thank you for being with us and see you in our next module.